Welcome to Type 2 Diabetes Myths and Secrets Explained. My name is Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. I'm the editor of naturalnews.com and the lab director of the Natural News Forensic Food Laboratory. This audio will explain how I cured my borderline type 2 diabetes using foods, not pharmaceuticals. I'm an award-winning investigative journalist, and as a journalist, I've documented people curing type 2 diabetes in as little as 4 days. You may wonder how that's possible if type 2 diabetes is a disease. Well, that's the first part of the solution, is for you to understand diabetes is not a disease in the same way that obesity is not a disease. Nor is drowning a disease, nor is it a disease when you run up a hill and your heart rate increases and your respiration rate increases because you've undergone exertion. These are not diseases. Why am I comparing these things to diabetes or obesity? Because diabetes is a label, a name, given to a medical observation of symptoms, or shall we say, physiological expressions of your body. When your blood sugar goes above a certain level for a certain amount of time, that's called diabetes. But is it really a disease? Is it an infection? Are you infected with a parasite, bacteria, a virus? No. Your body is expressing symptoms, and because it's expressing symptoms, those symptoms can be reversed in nearly all cases. For example, if you run up a hill, your heart rate increases, your respiration increases, you're huffing and puffing, and you're tired. But you're not sick, you're not diseased. It's your body trying to compensate for the exertion that it just experienced so that you can catch up with your breath, so that you can catch up with the oxygen levels in your blood. Well, that's what type 2 diabetes often really is. It's your body trying to catch up with pushing blood sugar into your body's cells, even though your cells are resistant to that blood sugar because of insulin resistance, which is also a symptom of an imbalanced physiological expression. So step one in understanding this and getting to a natural cure, and I'll give you specific steps here in this audio, is understanding that diabetes is a name given to an observation of a set of symptoms of physiological expression which are temporary. It's your body's attempt to try to push blood sugar into your cells. So your body has high blood sugar on purpose in that case. Now, because these are symptoms, because these are temporary, they can also be reversed when you change the environment in which your body is trying to function at its optimum levels. This is the secret to unlocking a natural cure for type 2 diabetes, is understanding that it is possible. In fact, it is probable. If you change the inputs into your body, you will get different results. Now, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And it would be insane to think that you could cure diabetes by doing the same things that caused the diabetes in the first place, but then just adding a drug, a prescription drug, a medication, or insulin shots. So let's first talk about what causes type 2 diabetes. This is crucial to understand. It's really just three things. Number one is typically a lack of exercise, a sedentary lifestyle. You show me someone who's diabetic, and I'll show you 99 out of 100 times someone who has a sedentary lifestyle. They're sitting on the couch or in a chair or at a desk. They're watching a lot of television, or they're working in front of a computer many, many hours a day. They're not out walking, typically. They're not on a bicycle. They're not in the swimming pool. They're not even doing yoga exercises or Tai Chi or anything. Most people who are diabetic are sedentary. So that's the first component that leads to this. But not everybody is sedentary, which leads me to the second point. The second thing that causes type 2 diabetes is the ongoing chronic consumption of heavily processed foods, which lack nutritional minerals but are very high in refined processed sugars and starches. The number one culprit in this is soda, which contains liquid sugar known as high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup is sometimes called liquid Satan by some people who have a good imagination, I suppose, but they call it Satan because it's evil to your body. High fructose corn syrup should never be consumed ever in your entire lifetime. It should be completely eliminated from this day forward if you want to reverse type 2 diabetes, which again is a label given to a collection of symptoms of observations of physiological expression. So if you stop drinking soda, you're going to change the inputs into your body, and you're going to get different results. But you also need to stop eating sugary foods, especially sugary fried foods, which includes donuts, by the way. So any fried pastries, donuts being the number one source, are going to promote diabetes, but also refined sugars such as cakes and pies and Twinkies and all those candy bars, all those things have to be eliminated from your diet if you want to reverse type 2 diabetes. But I can hear some people saying, well, wait a minute, I can't live without that stuff because I'm craving it all the time. Well, let's address that issue, because what if I gave you a way to eliminate those cravings within 30 days? For most people, cravings can be eliminated in less than a month by changing what you eat and supplementing your diet with what I'm about to tell you. But to answer that question, I first need to explain, what are cravings? Cravings are your body's way of telling you to eat something that you need. A craving is sort of an inner consciousness, an inner messenger that has a message trickling up into your conscious mind to say, go out and get this thing that you need as a food or as a source of nourishment. Most cravings are cravings for minerals or salt, believe it or not, but in our modern society, we have been trained to misinterpret those cravings so that we think we're craving something else. For example, when we're missing magnesium, we think we're craving chocolate. So we eat chocolate trying to get more magnesium into our bodies to satisfy the magnesium craving element that's working inside our own minds. It's a very interesting mechanism, in fact. When the body has sensors in it. You know how your car has sensors for the gas gauge or the oil level? If your gas tank gets low, you get a light that comes on. Well, your body has much the same thing. When your magnesium level gets low, kind of a light comes on, a signal comes on, tells you to eat something with magnesium in it, and that's why you crave chocolate. Now, if you crave salty snack chips, potato chips, or nacho chips, or corn chips, or whatever, that is usually a craving for full spectrum salt, not the cheap processed iodized salt that you get at the grocery store, but a full spectrum salt that has more minerals in it. Because it turns out that the third cause of diabetes is this mineral deficiency. Your body needs trace minerals in order to function at a biochemical level. Minerals are sort of catalysts for metabolic action at the cellular level. Without these minerals, many metabolic functions cannot take place at all. So your body craves these minerals, but it's not getting them from processed foods. You're not going to get minerals like selenium or chromium from foods such as processed snack chips and donuts and breakfast cereals and pizza. You're only going to get those minerals if you go out of your way to supplement your body with trace minerals or a full spectrum salt that naturally contains some of those trace minerals. You can also eat more organic foods, which tend to have more minerals in them naturally, because organic foods tend to be grown in more mineral-rich soils than conventional foods that are sprayed with pesticides. But I think the best way to get trace minerals into your body is to take some high-quality mineral supplements. And if you do that on a regular basis, within 30 days or less, you're going to find that your cravings begin to go down or fade away or disappear completely. And if you switch over to a full spectrum salt, such as a Himalayan salt or a Celtic sea salt, something that's really harvested from the ocean or mined from a mountain that's made from ancient oceans. You're going to get more full spectrum minerals into your body. Your cravings are going to go away. So if you do that, combined with the other information I already shared here, you're already addressing now the 3 primary causes of diabetes. Let's go over them one more time. Cause number 1, a sedentary lifestyle. That's not going to work if you want to be free of diabetes. You are going to have to find a way to get up and move and walk and move your arms and move your legs, get your heart beating on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be